Welcome back to JRN 3365. We're talking a little bit about cameras, and now we've kind of moved on to the point where we're going to be talking a little bit about cameras and how they apply and work with the human eye and different aspects of the camera. So basically, the human eye is the equivalent of about a 576 megapixel cameras. Most cell phones that we have nowadays are pretty much only to the point of about like 12 to 14 megapixels, so they still have a long way to go. And so we're getting there. I'm sorry, things are moving up into 4K definition and 19 megapixels. So we are definitely going from some of the older, slower models to the higher ones. So you can see, like when a camera was first released, they were talking about the 12 megapixels. And then once we start getting into higher definition movies, we're moving better. So the human eye sees quite a bit. The camera on a device such as, or the lens in the CCD on a camera can't see quite as good as the human eye, but we are getting there. But for the moment, there's still going to be some issues along with it. Now, one of the main things is on your eye, you have these little devices called cones and rods that when light hits them, they're able to determine an image and see that. The camera has something similar in what's called the CCD, the charged couple device. And this is this little chip inside of the camera that has the ability to capture the colors blue, green, and red. And then once it's able to capture those three colors, it can save them into separate formats to be recombined later. So this is an example of how it can combine different colors. So we started with like a basic black and white image, and to that we're going to be using a filter, so we're going to lay another filter on top of this. In this case, it's going for yellow because we're doing a CMYK, which is a print format. But you can see a little bit of definitions coming in. On top of the yellow, we're now going to add some red or some magenta to give it a little more definition and color. And then by adding the last file, the blue, we're going to get a full image. So this is what your camera is doing, is it's taking a single image and it's bringing it up into the 3 or 4 different channels. So when it goes back and combines those channels together, you wind up getting the full image from these separate recorded channels of video. And all that's done on the CCD that's able to record that blue, that green, and the red, as opposed to the print colors, which are the CMYK. And so that's just kind of a quick look of how a camera is able to record multiple images, is that it does breaks up into different levels, and then it saves those and it winds up putting those back into storage, and then when it plays them back, it takes those channels, combines them together, and presents you with that image.